Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be showing classes in Minecraft. Now, let me just actually turn my game mode. Okay. So when I press this green start button, I teleport in this lobby, and it says pick a class like you just saw as a title, and you can choose a knight, berserker, sorcerer, or sentinel. And I've got this little pamphlet that says read me by your highness, and it's all tattered. And it has information about the classes. So first we have the knight. The knight is a skillful swordsman with a great amount of health. It can handle most enemies with ease. Sorcerer. So that's a blue one now. The sorcerer is the only class that uses magic spells as its main attack and makes it a unique experience. However, this class has a poor melee attack and poor health. Then we have the berserker, the red one. The berserker is a heavy swordsman specialized in surprise attacks. It deals a tremendous amount of damage to compensate its poor health. The sentinel is an eagle-eyed assassin. It fires precise shots that can be rather devastating to your enemy. However, the sentinel can't get too close to its target since it can suffer from large loss of health from enemy melee attacks. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the basic one, which is the knight first. Just set my mic properly. So yeah, the knight is okay. So when I selected the knight by going in, like walking into the knight, you can see I still have this book, but I get this armor. Now I haven't done the boots yet, but I have all the others. So you have your primary weapon and your secondary weapon, and then you have your armor. Now it has a lot of stuff to it, like it's all colored too, so as you can see, it's leather armor that's colored. So this the kind of the basic armor that you get at the beginning of an adventure map or something. And there's the place where the adventure map starts. And yeah, so it has a lot of stuff like attributes. One example is, as you can see, it has 20 health. The knight class has 20 health, when the other classes have less. So the knight has a massive health advantage. So yeah, that's a very cool feature. Then we have other stuff too. The knight's armor has a bunch of different protection enchantments, and it gives you knockback resistance, so you get like thrown less like back from different mobs and stuff. Then we have our legs that give us minus 0.5 attack damage, but again knockback resistance. So it says Torn. Oh, it says Tron. It was supposed to say Torn, like the others, but anyways, Torn Knight leggings. So it says the basic knight leggings. So yeah, these are the most basic kind of armor and weapons. So these are all like have the Torn name. And let me just give you an example of me fighting against Poo Poo Pants. It's a bit laggy, sorry. And yeah. But yeah, that's the knight. And actually next up we have the berserker. So it's specialized in surprise attacks. So you get all this stuff. So a diamond sword, but not as good armor as the knight. Is got a lot of health not a lot of health, you know, and also it gives you 15 hearts of extra, 5 hearts of extra health, when the knight gives you 20. But it's still a lot, so yeah, it's a good class. And this would be some of the combat you can get from a berserker. So it has a better sword with knockback on it, but it's got less health and stuff like that. It's in many ways worse. But yeah, it has its ups and downs. And let me now just clear up my stuff. And oh, and if you've been wondering what this red button is, it's the reset button. But yeah, so next up we have the sorcerer, and this is a really cool class. It's a wizard. So when you select it, it gives you a bunch of items, and one of its advantages is speed. And as you can see, the sorcerer is a very fast class, moves very rapidly. Also, it has spells in its inventory. So every minute it gets 8 flame spells. Looks like, oops, sorry about this lag. It's lagging. The flame spell's lagging, but don't worry, it doesn't usually lag like that. But I've shown the flame spell in a different video, and I actually will probably be redoing that video because it kind of was not that good quality. But anyways, yeah, and then we have a fortification spell. So let me just show you. So as a wizard, okay, of course, it's very laggy, so I apologize. But as you can see, it doesn't have good damage absorption, but it has the health spell that will heal the wizard, and of course these flame spells that don't seem to be working. Now I really wonder why, but they usually work. Now this is supposed to do stuff too. I think it's lagging a lot, as you can see. Oh well, let me just do this in Happy Pity. Oh my. It's definitely the lag. When as you can see, a minute passed just then, so I got a bunch of spells again. But yeah, that's the wizard class. I'm really sorry about this lag, but I can't really do anything. Poop. Okay, now I really messed it up. I forgot that these armor stands had armor on them. Oh well, well they used to have armor on them, okay, but they don't anymore. Poop. But anyways, okay, I showed you these 3, so I've only got 1 left. But anyways, these had armor on them. But anyways, yeah, the sentinel. Okay, the sentinel is a bow class. So it has torn sentinel armor as its default armor, and a lot of stuff that makes it faster, and it also has a blade or a knife. And yeah, it's a bow class, and it's really just a bow class, and I guess there's nothing really special except that it has a very good bow and not so good knife that slows it down a bit. But yeah, those are the classes. I guess this might crash any minute, this computer. So I won't probably go that much in detail how this works. But anyways, you might know how the armor stands work already, but I'll explain anyway. So I've summoned the armor stands here. It doesn't have armor at the moment, but when it does, it looks cool, like at the start. And yeah, let me just go and set. And so when I go in the armor stand, on a specific armor stand with a specific name. So if I, for example, would go in the Knights armor stand, it would teleport me to this podium, which gives me all this stuff and teleports me here, which is where the whatever adventure map begins and stuff. And that's how it works. So the way it teleports it, the way it knows which armor stand, which armor stand represents each class is with these commands here. I've got 4 commands. Don't worry about these down. But anyways, yeah. So it's a simple execute command. So what it does, so what execute does is it basically runs the command from a different location, and now it runs it from an armor stand. Okay, and the command it's running is TP at player, so the closest player in the radius of 1 block from the armor stand to whatever location. And also the armor stand has to have the name Knight. And yeah, the other ones are basically the same execute commands. And if you're wondering how this is a rapid clock, which works by replacing these redstone blocks constantly, about 20 times per second, although it's not really 20 times per second when I'm doing it, a video, so sorry about this. It's my computer, it's a bit hot at the moment, I think. Yeah, it's very hot. But yeah, next up I'm gonna show you this. So this is the Sorcerer's spell system. Now when I click on this this part here, as you can see, why didn't it give any spells? Wait just a sec. Oh, it gave them in here. Sorry about that. Okay, let me just clear everything. Okay, so when I select the Sorcerer class, as you can see, I get these flame spells straight away, and I get, each minute I get 8 flame spells and 1 fortification spell, and these I don't get like repetitively, only like once. But so the way that works is, here is a simple minute clock. So the way this works is that the moment I press that, there's a set block command here that sets a block here, which summons an arrow here and gives me the items, the spell items. So it could be any item it would be giving each minute. And so when it summons the arrow comes here, and the brief moment while the arrow is not okay, so the arrow comes here and it switches this off. Okay, as it's off right now for some reason. I think it's bugging or something. Funny. Maybe I should break that. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so when the arrow spawns here after the redstone block spawn here and it summons the arrow, it summons an arrow, and then when the arrow despawns after a minute, it sends the signal back here, okay, which summons another arrow, and then each minute, you know, the same thing happens. It despawns and sends a signal, and the signal activates these 3 command blocks that give items. Now if you're wondering what this thing here is, this just that after the redstone block has spawned here, the redstone block activates this command block that destroys the redstone block, so that it wouldn't be constantly powered and it can be used again. And I think I've showed you these pals in a different video. Okay, now it's working. As you can see, the wizard has these spells. It wasn't working just then because of lag. Now I have less lag, but yeah, so that's the spell. And of course the fortification spell. So very cool, very cool. But yeah, I think that sums up the classes. These can be used for a bunch of stuff. I'm working on an adventure map where I'm gonna use this, and yeah, it's really cool. You can make anything. These are just very simple examples, but only your imagination, you know. But yeah, so you can do anything basically. So yeah, I guess this sums up everything. So yeah, I'll see you next video.